Have you ever seen a headline so wild that you stopped and thought, wait, could that even be real? Well, that is what happened when people online started talking about so-called Diana Rigg G-Strlng photos. The story sounded shocking, confusing, and honestly a bit strange. But what if the real story is not about any pictures at all? What if it is actually about how fast rumors grow, how the internet twists things, and how a legendary actress gets pulled into something she never asked for? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what happened, why this story spread, and what we can learn from it. Diana Rigg was one of the most respected actresses of her time. People knew her for her strong screen presence, her sharp acting, and roles that made her unforgettable. From classic shows to modern favorites like Game of Thrones, she always gave performances that stayed in people's minds. But even someone as respected as Diana Rigg is not safe from strange internet stories. At some point, a rumor popped up claiming there were G-Strlng photos of her that left little to the imagination. This line was used on blogs, thumbnails, and comments all over the internet. And because the headline sounded dramatic, people clicked, people shared, and the rumors spread like fire. But let us take a closer look, because the truth is far more important and way more interesting than any rumor. Nobody knows the exact place where the rumor began, but most signs point to the usual mix of old fan pages, tabloid-style websites, and people trying to get attention online. Sometimes, all it takes is one picture taken out of context or one made-up claim. Then someone repeats it, and someone else copies it. Soon, it looks like everyone has heard about it, even if it is completely false. This kind of thing happens often. A dramatic headline gets views, and people online chase views more than truth. And because Diana Rigg was famous and loved by many, using her name brought attention. But here is the fact. There has never been real evidence of these so-called photos. What exists instead are old modeling shots, costume test photos, and stage images from her early acting years. People mixed them together, removed the original explanation, and created a rumor that sounded more dramatic than reality. The answer to why people fall for headlines like this is simple. Curiosity. When we see something surprising, our brains want to know more. It is the same reason magic tricks are fun and mystery stories keep us reading until the last page. A headline involving a famous person and a shocking claim grabs attention quickly. But there is a second reason too. The internet moves fast, so fast that many people do not stop to ask if something is true or where it came from or why someone would post it. This is why rumors like this can grow even when the truth is easy to check. Diana Rigg was not only an actress, she was someone who cared deeply about her work. She trained hard, performed on stage and on screen, and earned respect from both fans and other actors. She did not build her career on shocking photos or attention-grabbing stunts. She built it through talent and hard work. When people spread silly stories about her, it takes focus away from what really matters: her skill, her strength in every role, and the mark she left on entertainment. It is unfair to turn a legendary performer into a clickbait headline. And it is even more unfair to younger fans discovering her work for the first time and being met with rumors instead of real facts. Here is what is real. Diana Rigg did have photo shoots in the early days of her career, especially when she was acting on stage or appearing in the Avengers series. Shows in the 1960s often had stylish costumes, bold looks, and dramatic poses. That was part of the era. But none of this was shocking. It was simply part of her job as an actress. Over time, these old images get edited, reposted, and mislabeled. Someone adds a dramatic caption, another person shares it, and suddenly people believe something that is not true. So the story is not about revealing photos. It is about how pictures can be twisted when taken out of context. This whole situation teaches us something important. Not everything we see online is real. Before believing a rumor, check if the source is trustworthy, see if more than one reliable place reports the same thing, and ask yourself why someone would post it. Sometimes the truth is simple. Sometimes the headline is the trick. And in this case, the rumor is just that, a rumor. Diana Rigg's legacy is not built on mysterious photos. It is built on talent that inspired many actors, performances that won awards, and characters people still talk about today. So the next time you see a shocking headline about any famous person, remember what you learned here. Think twice, ask questions, and look for the truth behind the noise. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stay curious in a smart way.